Welcome to the Faster, Easier, Better show. This podcast is short, fun, and jam-packed with good ideas that you can start using right away.
Welcome to another episode. I'm your co-host, Ellen, along with my co-host,
Lee.
All right. Well, our last episode was part one of a three-part series entitled Nature, Songs, and Seasons. And so since we talked about nature and the pelican, this episode is about songs and efficiency. So, singing boy, take it away.
Well, you would think, every song is, unique. And there is something about each song that makes it different and special, except for Robin Thicke's song because he got sued by Marvin Gaye. But that's neither here nor there. But the point is, there's only so many notes, even with the sharps and flats and tuning your guitar different. So, there's something to that. Having kind of having just open and total freedom is actually crippling. It's like, I can't handle that. I need some sort of boundaries. So songs in the old days when there was radio play were always, around 3 minutes or less because they wouldn't play anything longer. And then you realize, well, what audiences seem to like is, again, kind of some opening, and then you have a couple verses, and then you do a chorus, then maybe a solo, some more. It was a structure that you kind of followed. But within that, you could be very creative. And
Absolutely.
And that's what I'm saying about our day. Maybe we do structure our day, but that doesn't mean it's all we're totally structured people. We can still take a solo somewhere, or do a fill or a riff, or go off and maybe go on our own. But the structure of a day, and especially in advance going in, a lot of bands, you would think they just go to the studio and they mess around and record. No, they rehearse. Then they go in the studio and record. So they've already practiced it enough so it becomes second nature and natural, and then they add the flourishes after the fact. Sometimes you'll add another guitar. The point is, for us, and efficiency and how it applies is, we have our day that could be wide open, and sometimes that's good if it's a vacation day or it's a weekend or whatever. But for most days, we have some structure, and then we should build in a solo, a little a time for us to explore, but also keep it somewhat tight so we know what we're supposed to do when, and that helps us to not just have one of those rambling, not that it's bad, but the Grateful Dead songs where it's just a jam. Some days are good to have just a jam. Some days we need a radio-friendly song, a little structured.
Yeah. I mean, all the things you're talking about makes me think of jazz. Within a jazz song, there is, here's what the song is. But if you listen to jazz, they, hey, it's time for the clarinet to do its riff. And then here's the drummer. And they work within the structure, but they kind of go off on their own. And then they come back. And having a day like that, having your day structured like that, well, okay, this is where I'm supposed to, this is the time of day I'm doing this, but today I might do a little bit different, and then I am going to come back and be back on track.
Yeah, and even within a song, some songs, you're like, what is wrong with that song? It's that it just drones. It's just, there's no dynamics. It's just the same tempo and same volume and everything. We love a little bit of a crescendo, and then it drops back down, and that's our day too, right? You can't run unless you're Metallica. Maybe your day is a Metallica, but there's other days, where it's just got ups and flows and some. Please help me, Ellen. You know what I'm trying to say. I'm not getting it out.
I totally. I'm just looking at you.
You are, and I'm freaked out.
Well, because you're going on. And no, because I think anything that is just monotonous is going to. We're not going to be efficient. We're going to lose interest. We're going to start procrastinating. We're going to get distracted because we're not getting the excitement from what we're doing because we've made it monotonous. And
perfect.
And I think it's not just our days. I think our weeks too. If you're looking at your week, I'm doing the same thing every day in the same way. Super monotonous. But if you can add in, like you said, like a little crescendo.
Yeah.
We're talking about summer right now. So summer, hey, instead of every night we're just like having dinner at home, let's go. The zoo is open late. Let's go and check out the zoo. Woo, there's, it may not be the most exciting thing you've ever done in your whole entire life, but it's something different that week. So you're still going to eat.
Yeah.
Maybe you take a picnic and you still make your own food, but you go and you've got a little crescendo to the day.
The zoo is like
Or
the
the week.
horn section. Just when it comes in, you're like, wow. But you don't want too much of it. But just enough.
Yeah.
Little earth, wind, and
Exactly.
fire, just
There you
it's
go.
right there. It's there. But then all of a sudden it just builds up and it creates excitement. It's the highlight. And then you go back to just, okay, I got to get this
Go
done
back
and this.
to
Yeah.
what you were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So you think of music, how your day goes is a piece of music, and you want to make sure it's not boring music. You want to make sure it's got ups and downs and it's pretty exciting. So you make your day more efficient with the songs.
Yeah, and the
in your
timing.
head.
Music is about math and timing.
Timing.
There's a lot of things that are important at a certain length, and certain things happen at certain times. So think about that as you plan your day as well.
Absolutely.
Write a
So
hit
that's-
song for your day.
Right? I love it. So we've talked about nature. We've talked about songs. So next week, we talk about seasons. So have a joyful, song-filled week and be back with us again next week for another episode.